Ford Explorer. 2002, the ultimate winter beater that you drive in the snow when you have nicer cars at home that you don't want to get dirty. So let's go over the 5 common problems of this Ford Explorer, I should say. Before we get deep into this video, this is my Instagram. Follow me on Velo Media. I do post stuff on the daily. This page was hacked. I just got it back today. As you can see, the last time I posted something was January 5th before somebody hacked my stuff. So if at the time, January 5th up until now, which is February 6th, if you received the message from this page at the time, it wasn't me. If this page was lurking on your profile or looking at your stories or trying to get you to buy something or scam you, at the time it wasn't me. This page was hacked. But I got this page back. I want to thank the ones who reached out to me and said that, hey, I think your page might have been hacked, because I wouldn't have known. But I got my page back. Again, all that stuff, it wasn't me. If you received any messages or any lurking or this page was staring at people's stories, it wasn't me. I don't reach out to people like that. Nah, specifically stick to cars content on this page only. Let's get back to the video. So I'm gonna start off with the biggest thing on the list and the most costly thing on the list. It's the transmission. That's right. The 5R55S or 5R55W is a Primomatic transmission, and I had this transmission replaced in here, for those of you who don't know. But in the year 2020, the transmission just completely went out. I lost second gear, I lost reverse, had the transmission rebuilt. But for this model year 2002 all the way to 2005, it had a big transmission issue, and one of the major concerns was that there's no transmission dipstick for you to even check your trans fluid. And back in 2002, this is probably one of the fewer vehicles that didn't have that, along with Jaguar. Of course, one of the very early warning signs of your transmission getting ready to go out is when you have a flashing overdrive light up in here in the dash. I can't really show you because I don't have that issue, but the transmission in this is very, very problematic. And yes, eventually, if you own one of these, a 2002 Explorer to 2005, or even all the way up to 2010, just be aware that this is a problematic transmission, and probably one of the worst designed transmissions that you can get with this vehicle. But when the transmission is working fine, the truck is fine. Pretty nice engine there, ain't it? Very, very nice. Nothing but V8 power. V8 power means nothing when you have a timing chain to break, or if your spark plugs are stuck into the head of the motor. And for those of you who don't know, a timing chain controls the timing of your engine. And if your timing chain breaks, your valves and your pistons will collide with each other. And once you become to that point, then you can just forget about it. That engine's done. You might as well just go on with another beater from the junkyard for $500, because for this year, this truck, it's gonna cost more money to have that engine replaced than the truck is even worth, especially if you got close to 200,000 miles on it. So this is a 4.6, 240 horsepower. I've yet to have any problems with the timing chain, but I know with 4.0 liters, they've been having issues with timing chain snapping. I'm not sure if this 4.6 had that issue, but I know this 4.6 has some issues with spark plugs being stuck into the head, to where when you try to do a tune-up, that spark plug will break into the spark plug hole, and you have to get a tap and repair that. So luckily for me, as you see, those coils and plugs has been replaced. And if you plan on doing a tune-up with this yourself at home, just be very, very careful. This motor, the 4.6, had major issues with spark plugs breaking off into the spark plug holes. Definitely don't want that at all. That's a very, very expensive repair and very, very frustrating. Also, it kind of goes back to the coils. These coils tend to go out, and sometimes you get a check engine light and you get a misfire on some of the 6 or some of the 3. It's because of the coil. So if you're going to replace one coil, you might as well just replace them all, because eventually you're going to have the same issue with each coil. So if you're doing the tune-up, replace your coils too. Yeah, the coil is going to be a little expensive, but better safe than sorry, because eventually all of them going to go out. Also, I want to mention, with the 4.6 motors, the intake manifold tend to like to crack a lot. But I probably had to show you in another video, because I had this cover on here. There's the trick to fixing that, because the intake manifold like to crack from the top, and a lot of shops have an easy fix to it, but they'll tell you, well, you gotta replace your whole manifold. The reason why they say that is because they're getting $700 out of a deal while you're going broke. You're going home all pissed off. This is my second manifold that I had fixed on this truck, and I had another leak. I'll leave that video for another day. Let's move on to the next problem with this thing. So you probably wonder why I'm staring at this dirty looking tire. Yeah, this truck is dirty. I mean, we got some snow out here. It had some bad weather. So another common problem with these Explorers is that for the early model 2002 model years, from when they first came out, the first 3 months I should say, is they had issues with hub bearings. That's right. Hub bearings tend to go out on these things a lot. I can't tell you how many times I replaced the hub bearings on this thing, but they go out a lot. Another most common problem is this liftgate. When you see an Explorer like this on the road, you tend to see a split going right here and the liftgate. That's because no matter how soft you try to close it, this will crack. Now, you probably won't believe me, but ever since I own this truck, I've never used it, this window liftgate whatsoever, for the simple fact that this thing might crack. There also been reports that this window had shattered. This whole window shattered when people tend to close a liftgate. I do have a crack right here, however, but this window liftgate is not cracked because I don't even use the liftgate. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is this windshield wiper. It doesn't work. A lot of people had issues with it seizing up due to the fact that this screw is exposed to the elements of the weather, salt, corrosion. It's an easy fix. Just spray some lubricant over there and just kind of work it around. But me being the impatient person I am, I actually broke it. So I gotta get a new window motor and replace that to get it to work. That's pretty much all I have for now. The 5 common problems with this Ford Explorer. If anyone else have any more ideas or issues that they had with their Explorers, comment below, let me know. I'll also make a video of that. I got a video coming soon that I plan on doing about the intake manifold. Stay tuned for that. All right, so we're gonna wrap this video up of the Ford Explorer. Now, Explorer, why do people call it Explorer? And it kind of goes back to where, way back in the day, where Ford was in partnership with Firestone, and Firestone tires would just blow out, and they tried to blame it on Ford. But honestly, it could have been Ford's issue too, because the older generation Explorer, second generation, I should say, had issues with flipping over. Well, anyway, let's end this video. I want to thank you guys for watching Velo Media. I might change the name of it, I don't know, but thank you guys for your time. I can't really make much content when it's only 20 degrees and there's like a lot of snow on the ground, but thank you guys for watching. See you soon.